Good afternoon, everybody. It is Thursday, April 14th. It's my daughter's birthday today. So we're preparing for that. But there's some great news today, and it is wild out there in the streets. Elon made an offer to take over Twitter. So we'll talk a little bit about that. This is a hostile takeover type of offer. As he will start, let's just start. Elon has offered $54.20 per share. Please note the 420 in that offer. So Elon doing what Elon does. He's got a pretty good sense of humor over there. This offer was rejected by the Saudis. So the Saudis who own about 6% of Twitter, came out and said it's not about the money, it's about something more important. Well, what could that possibly be? What could the Saudis possibly find other as a separate utility in Twitter other than money? Maybe stifling free speech. Could that be it? So the Saudis, good job. Saudis are a bunch of a-holes and have shown it. Elon is actually fighting for free speech and has shown that he's serious about that. This offer is over 20% higher than what Twitter stock was trading at the time Elon made the offer. He would have bought the company, taken it private, and to his credit, he said that free speech is about listening to somebody you don't like with an opinion that you don't like. That's when you know you have free speech. So Elon, spot on. Kudos to you. I'm sorry that it didn't work out so far, but he might have a plan B. There might be something else brewing. What are his options at this point? He could pick up as many shares as he wants and sort of start executing a lot more power and control and influence, or he could now liquidate. If they aren't going to accept it, he could liquidate his current shares and crash the price of Twitter. So he's got a lot more power over Twitter right now. Everybody freaking out. You can pretty much tell who is or who is not an asshole by how they react to Elon. If they tell you that free speech is a threat to democracy, then you know you're dealing with an asshole. Move on and find somebody else to talk to because that person's just too stupid to have an opinion on stuff like that. Still believe in the right to the opinion, but I also believe in the right to call them stupid for it. The entire basis of democracy is free speech, and good for Elon for fighting for it. And another fairly funny, well, I think it's a funny story. There was a big, well, this is talking about Bitcoin real quick. Bitcoin's still hovering at about 39.5. Let's see exactly where it is at this point in time. Although you and I both know, doesn't matter. Up 39,990. It's back to approaching 40. That's a key area. Keep that support up. If it does sort of start to accumulate there, we should see a pretty big jump from Bitcoin here shortly. The whale movement within exchanges is at a 7-year low. So the whales have been trading at OTC desks. So that's one of the reasons the price has not been exploding is you're not actually seeing these transactions. So nobody's able to sort of predict, garner, jump on the momentum bandwagon for these trades. But Bitcoin has rebounded 6% so far. And, Ethereum, I'm hearing that their switch over from proof of work to proof of stake is running behind schedule and should be done in June instead of May, maybe July instead of May. So it may be a 60-day delay, which is perfectly normal. In the meantime, everybody who's running those machines with their GPUs, keep on running them. And then we'll all switch over to Dash or something else after Ethereum switches over, assuming that switch goes well. And you should see Ethereum have a pretty big spike. So XRP and Ethereum are two coins I'm watching pretty tightly right now. Both of them have a lot of upward mobility. XRP, if they actually win this suit against the SEC, and it's dismissed with prejudice, so the SEC can't rebring it, that should be a huge bolstering point. All the exchanges would re-add XRP, and they would be out of the radar of the government and able to jump into the SWIFT world as different world governments look to replace SWIFT after the U.S. Actions in Ukraine. Then you have, then you have Ethereum, which is going to make the switch over and will actually be profitable. So those two things in general will be pretty bullish for both of them. And I think that's going to, two coins to watch over the next 90 days are XRP and Ethereum as sort of your best bets, other than Bitcoin, which is the king of all coins. So the third story we'll cover and make it quick today. Crypto entrepreneur Sina Estava Astavi is our sucker of the day. He bought Twitter founder Jack Dorsey's first ever tweet as an NFT for 2.9 million last year. He listed it for sale at 48 million last week. The top bid was $280 or 0.09 Ethereum. So the wheels have come crumbling off the non-utility NFTs. We've talked about it here. It's an oversaturated market. There's no utility for these things yet. There's incredible technology behind it, but none of these JPEGs, glorified JPEGs, have that technology built into it. It's a world of garbage. Don't go paying a lot of money for it unless it's trading cards or incredible art, but from an incredible artist. But when it comes to physical goods coming into it, security, using it as keys, smart contract applications that go beyond just I'm going to make a tiny bit on each sale. Incredible things coming down with NFTs. Some of the work we're doing with NFTs is amazing because it's actually really a utility. But posting up a glorified JPEG and just continuing to do that, it had to come crashing down at some point, and boy, did it come crashing down for Cena, who ended up, $2.9 million down the tubes. So we'll see what happens with that. I'm not rooting against anybody making money, but you don't have to be all that smart to see the writing on the wall for this, that it is a bubble that won't last long. Too much supply, not enough demand. That's never a good thing to do. So everybody have a great day. I'm going to go spend time with my daughter. Love you guys. Be happy, and we'll talk again soon.